Welcome to Softech Coding. This is the 18th episode of our Coding by Scratch series. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm continuously going to make videos. Welcome back to those who have already watched past episodes, including part 1 of this project. But if you haven't watched past episodes, you won't have that background knowledge. So if you could please go back and watch those episodes before starting on this one, that would be great. And as well, if you could please share this video with your friends and family, I would really appreciate it. Alright, let's get started. So today we're going to be continuing our maze game from last time. So if you remember, we had just finished drawing our maze and we had coded our little toucan or whatever your character is to move around. Now, if you're not happy with your character, all you need to do is just click on Choose Sprites and just choose a new one. So for example, if you want more of a round character, because the rounder or smaller your characters are, the easier it's going to be for you to just, fit them throughout the, through the maze. So for example, this grasshopper wouldn't be a really good choice because it's so it's more of a horizontal sprite and not as much of a vertical one. So if you can get like the toucan wasn't like, if you want to be able to have a toucan or have your heart set on a specific character, then feel free to use it. But if you feel like you want to change your character once you've tried it out, just click on, for example, this hedgehog is a nice roundish character. And if you just make it size 50, it should fit better. Or if you want to make it even smaller, you can try 25. But I think that maybe like 30 or maybe even like 40 is a pretty good size. But if you want to just stick to your character and just try making it smaller, feel free to like experiment. But I feel like I might want to switch characters to this more hedgehog, which is a bit rounder. Now, I'm not sure. So you can just try out, again, it doesn't have to be for certain. Like you can try out your different characters and try out the different sizes and see how you feel about it. But I think I'm gonna, if you want to switch characters, all you have to do is pull out the code. You see how the hedgehog is shaking right now? You drop it into the hedgehog and then that code is also in the hedgehog. It's another way you can do it instead of doing copy and paste. So I'm just gonna delete the toucan because I want to try out the hedgehog to see how it fits. So now this is our hedgehog. So now what you need to do is go to backdrops and start fixing things so that the hedgehog can fit. So I just made this a little bit taller so that the hedgehog can fit through the space. Now what I'm going to do is the hedgehog can just about fit here, but if I make this a little bit taller, it'll make more sense. But when you do that, you also have to make sure the hedgehog can fit here. So just experiment a little bit and see how it goes. If some of the paths don't work, that is okay, because that's a surefire sign to your user that, hey, this path isn't supposed to be used. You can also make the gaps a little bit bigger if you want. Now I can make this a little bit smaller and move this a little bit more this way. Now the hedgehog's moving at the same time. But yeah, so now the hedgehog might be able to fit through here, and even if it's not able to, that's okay. Yeah. Now you can also add an option in your maze for you to be able to reduce and increase the size of your sprite, just so that it's more fun for your user. So they can try out all of the different paths if there's one that you haven't tested, like this one. This guy's not going to really completely fit in there, so we're just going to change it up a little bit, make it a little bit more room. So the most important thing that you need to figure out is if your sprite can fit through the space that it's supposed to finish in. So this is the path our sprite is supposed to take. So I'm just going to use the arrow keys and go back to the start. So as you can see, this little guy can go here and not exactly fit through there. So we're just going to make this a little bit bigger so that there's a lot of room for our little guy. So now he easily fits through here. Does slightly not fit through there. So we're just going to make this a little bit shorter. Remember that it's okay to make these adjustments. So now our little guy can easily fit through here, through here. Now we want to make sure our little guy can fit through this space. So I'm just going to make this a little bit shorter so that our little hedgehog can easily, oh, just make sure you're not still selected on this or else it will move it around. So now we just gotta make sure, oh, definitely not gonna fit through here. So I'm just gonna delete this, and actually I'm just gonna make this as wide as this is. All right, so now that's a super easy path for our hedgehog to take. And it's just gonna go back this way. And I'm gonna make it go a little bit lower. There, it fits nicely. So I'm just gonna make this part by increasing the white one a little bit wider so that our hedgehog can fit. So now the hedgehog needs to be able to fit through here. Just gonna make this a little bit shorter. Just gonna delete this for 1 second so I can see. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So then we're just gonna move our hedgehog this way. Oh, we're still selected it. So I'm just gonna undo that. Redo. Make sure you're not selected on this. And then finally the hedgehog is free. Alright, so now that we're sure that this works, we're just gonna delete this one and duplicate this and just delete the line because this is the one that we changed, right? So now we're just gonna make some more room throughout for our hedgehog to fit through, just so that everything works properly. And I'm gonna make a little bit more room here. Actually, that was fine. I mean, your hedgehog doesn't have to fit through all of the spaces, but then again, we are going to be adding the, what you would call it, the size changer, the, I don't know, adjuster. So now we're going to have to create a finishing line, something here, to show that, hey, you finished. So we're going to choose a sprite, and we're going to have to choose something for our sprite to finish with. So I saw a gift before somewhere here. Let's find our gift, or we can just search up gift. So if we take this gift and we put it at the end, all right, maybe once you touch it at the end, so there's 2 gifts. I think I like this one a bit better. So let's say, I'm just gonna move our little guy out of the way. So let's say once you touch the gift, I'm gonna choose a costume here. We can bring out our gem, or like, I don't know, where are the gems? I know they were like some kind of crystals or whatever. What are they called? They're called crystals. So let's just say there's 2 crystals inside. So now if you duplicate this, we can animate the box to open. So what if we slowly have this come off? And then these start to come off. So how you can do it is by clicking this and moving, oh, undo. You have to make sure you're clicked on the right corner. To click on it again, it's a bit difficult. Click on this. What? I'm gonna zoom in even more. So here I want this corner. Oh, that's because that's 2. So this is 2 together, so I'm just going to reattach them here. And here I want to do the same thing. There we go, at least there it's 1. Alright, so now I'm just going to slowly push these back. So now it's just up to here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. So I'm going to zoom out. So now slowly we're going to duplicate this and we're going to do the same thing with this one. So I'm going to pull these back. This can go here and this can go here. And then I'm going to pull this one even lower. So I'm just going to click on this and click delete. I'm going to click on this and click delete, and I'm going to just pull this one down. So now it looks like it's gone even lower. And I'm just going to duplicate this, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to do the same thing here with the deleting, delete, and delete. So now once we're done that, this one has to have gone even lower. So if we have it go there, so then this one can go here, and this one can go here. So now we're just animating it to go down, alright? So let's see how it looks so far. So here, this Let's just zoom out a little bit so we can see it. Here, this is proper. The bow comes off, and then slowly the ribbons start to shrink. And I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to delete this one. Actually, no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to click on this one now, and click flip vertical. And I'm going to rotate this, and I'm going to put it here. So it looks like it's on the ground. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Flip vertical, rotate this, and make it look like it's on the ground, except I'm going to make it much shorter. Well, maybe not yet. Maybe this one has to just go a little bit undo. This one has to go a little bit shorter before it's on the ground. So I'm just going to do it a little bit shorter here. Maybe. And then we're going to duplicate this. And I'm just going to delete this one. And I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click copy and paste, flip horizontal. So now this is going to be like that, and they're both on the ground. So now what we have to do is we have to open this up. So I'm going to ungroup this, and we're just going to, what if we do it like this? So that from here, we ungroup this, and the lid has started to come off. So what if we do it like this? No, actually let's just do it at the end. The lid comes off and it attaches itself to the bow. But as you can see here, we still have a problem. So what if we do this? We copy this and we paste it. Oh, we paste it, and it looks like the lid, if you click on back, has gone with the bow. But actually it's still here, it's just black. Or maybe like a dark, dark blue. So it looks like we're on the inside of the box. See? That's some tricks you can use. And then we copy our crystal, we paste it here, and we have to make it go backward so that it's behind these. First we have to group it. And then we can make this go to front, and this, oh, this is the back actually. So what we can just do is click on this, copy, paste, flip horizontal, put that there, make it a little bit smaller. And then what we have to do is click on this part here, and click on this eyedropper, and click here. So now this is the same color as that, so it looks as though it's inside of the box, right? And if you just click on this one, you can just adjust the point of the corner. All right, so I'm just gonna adjust these a little bit so that they match. So now this gem is coming out of our box, duplicate. So now I'm going to select these two together. I'm going to pull them even more up so that the gem can come out and show itself. Duplicate this, and then the gem is fully out. So now we have to try out our animation. I'm going to click on Crystal A, and I'm going to delete it. So now let's see if this works. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to switch costume to the first one. And I'm going to go to control and repeat. Let's see how many costumes are there. There are 9. So we want to change costumes 8 times because we already have the first one here. So I'm going to click next costume, and I'm going to see if it works by just clicking on the code. Alright, it does work. We just need to add our wait block. So we just need to do wait maybe 0.1 seconds. And let's see. Oh, you just have to click here. Perfect. I'm just going to make it wait a little bit, maybe 0.12. Alright, and now I'm just going to move this a little bit here so that you can actually see it better. And I'm going to set the size maybe 150 because we worked really hard on this. Actually, not 150, like 125. Because we worked really hard on this and we want the world to see it. Alright, so now that we're done, we have to do it that when go is clicked, it switches to this costume. And then later, it opens up, all right? So for now, we want to do this. And what about when we receive message 1? Or how about this, all right? When go is clicked, we want forever, all right, if. So forever, if sensing, we're going to go to sensing, and we're going to pull out the touching block. So forever, if we're touching the hedgehog, that means that the hedgehog finished the maze. So then we're gonna change our costume and maybe we can play this a cool sound or something. So like a nice effect. Let's see. Oh, let me put my volume up. Let me see. Let's see if there's any good sounds. Maybe not that one. Let's see. Is there anything good here? String pluck. How about like a shine or shimmer or something? Or like a, I don't know. Let's just look around and see if there's anything good. Cheer. That's not a bad idea. We can add a cheer maybe. We can add this one too, which is just like a ding, like you collected a cool item. So we can add this one too. Let's just see if there's anything else. I'm not sure. What is that? Oh, definitely not. Alright, I like the collect. Let's just stick with that one. Collect. So we're just going to go to code, and if we go to sound, we're going to start sound collect, and then we're going to start switching the costumes. So we're going to see, now we're going to move our hedgehog and touch it. Oh, so you know what happens? Since we're touching the hedgehog, it continues to switch costumes. So what we have to do is go to control and pull out a stop all block. So once it's done that, everything stops. So we're just going to switch our costume back to gift B so that you see it stops the code, all the code, all right? And one final thing I want us to do is go to looks and pull out the go to back layer block because we don't want it to go to the front. So I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to move our hedgehog away, and I'm going to go back to gift, and we're going to press go. So now we have our little prize at the end. So now what we have to do is make sure that our hedgehog goes back to the start when go is clicked. So the start is here. So motion, we want our hedgehog to go there once go is clicked. And finally, we can add an enemy. So let's just do it really quickly. We're going to choose a sprite. Let's find an enemy. What about maybe, I don't know, something a little bit scary like a dragon or something. Alright, let's do the dragon. So let's just have our dragon here, maybe at size 50, just floating around, alright? And we're just going to have our dragon, when go is clicked, we want our dragon to go where it is right now. I want it to glide all the way down here and glide all the way back. So remember, if you want it to glide all the way back to exactly where it was before, just change the numbers to match this. And you can have the x's be the same, because if the x is the same, x is where it is horizontally. So if you want that to be the same, then it just goes up and down. So we're just going to see if this works. Yep, it does work. So what if we just make it go a little bit slower? So now this is going to be our enemy floating around. Alright, so this guy's going to be floating around throughout the maze. So in the next video, we're going to code our hedgehog to when it touches the walls, it goes back to the start. If it touches the dragon, it goes back to the start. And we're going to code a variable that tells us if how many lives the dragon, the hedgehog has left at the end of the game. Alright? Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and please share this video with your friends and family. I'll see you in the next episode.